Welcome to the Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway On-Demand course. In this module, we will discuss the 810 outbound setup. After completing this module, you will be able to recall EDI 810 format and specifications, discuss outbound setup in Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway, and create a mapping in ICS for outbound flow. As we already know that the electronic version of the paper-based invoice document is EDI 810 invoice transaction. EDI 810 is typically sent in response to an EDI 850 purchase order as a request for payment after the goods have been shipped or services are provided. A vendor will generate an EDI 810 that commonly contains the following invoice details, such as invoice number and date, shipping details, payment terms, item information including prices and quantities, and discounts. A sample format of EDI 810 message is displayed on the screen. Let us now discuss outbound setup in Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway. Consider that a textile industry wanted to send invoices of products sold to a retailer. This textile industry used Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway to interchange EDI messages. They initially created a partner in Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway and configured the outbound setup, which helped them to send the invoice and other EDI messages to their partner. For the outbound flow, they configured a mapping in Informatica Cloud org, which provides an interface file as the output, and Gateway then generates an EDI message for each interface file. When the industry sent an invoice to the customer, a process from backend mapping read the data, processed it, and wrote the data to an interface file on the Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway document store. The defined outbound mapping then sent the file to the partner. They were now able to send invoices and other related EDI messages to their partners using Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway outbound configuration, which reduced the manual processing of data. An organization uses an ERP application to generate an invoice based on the file received on execution of the inbound flow. This invoice is submitted to the Informatica Cloud B2B application, which in turn runs an outbound flow. The outbound flow has various stages. In the first stage, Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway parses and validates the invoice message. It then runs the custom process from the backend mapping that you define in the partner definition. Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway creates a temporary mapping configuration task in Informatica Cloud based on the custom mapping and runs the task. The output of the task should be interface files that included the messages to send to your partners. The task places the files on Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway. Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway uses a prepackaged EDI processing mapping to read the interface files and enriches the data in the interface file with the partner metadata and creates valid EDI messages. Then the Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway creates a temporary mapping configuration task in Informatica Cloud based on the EDI processing mapping. The task source and target details are based on the partner definition metadata. Here, the source of the mapping is the interface files, and the target of the mapping is the location where the organization wants to send the messages. At the end, Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway deletes the temporary Informatica Cloud tasks from the Informatica Cloud org. The outbound page can include the following properties. Copy details from inbound. It populates the fields in the outbound page with the details that you entered in the inbound page. You can edit the fields in the outbound page as required. Connection type. Here you can select the type of connection where Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway creates the files for the partner. Target directory specifies a path to the directory on the connection, where Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway creates the files. File pattern defines the names of the files that Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway creates. Mapping. You can select mappings as required for the type of files you exchange with the partner. Message details are applicable to the EDI X12 and EDIFACT file types. Schedule. You can select one of the following options to schedule execution of the outbound flow, manually or by an external trigger. Here you can run the flow from the partners page or from a REST API. By schedule, It runs the flow according to a defined schedule. In this demonstration, the instructor will create a custom outbound mapping and configure the outbound flow for a partner. In this demo, we will create outbound mapping in the Informatica Cloud org and use the same mapping to configure the partner outbound flow in Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway. We have already created a partner, Customer Superstore, in the previous modules. We have configured its general properties, added the message types to interchange with this partner, and configured the inbound flow. To configure the outbound flow for this partner, we must create a custom outbound mapping in the Informatica Cloud org. Let us create a custom outbound mapping. Log in to the Informatica Cloud org. Hover over the Design tab and select Mappings. To create a new mapping, click the New Mapping button. In the Appeared window, name the mapping as M Outbound and click OK. A mapping canvas appears. Drag and drop the source transformation onto the canvas. In the Source Properties pane on the General tab, enter the name as SRC Header. Click the Source tab. Select Local CSV File from the Connection drop-down. Keep the source type as Single Object. Click the Select button beside the Object text box. Select the object Outbound Header.txt from the list of available objects and click OK. Drag and drop another source transformation onto the canvas. In the Source Properties pane on the General tab, enter the name as SRC Details. Click the Source tab. Select Local CSV File from the Connection drop-down. Keep the source type as Single Object. Click the Select button beside the Object text box. Select the object Outbound Details.txt from the list of available objects and click OK. Drag and drop the Hierarchy Builder transformation onto the canvas. Name the Hierarchy Builder transformation as HP Schema EDI 810-5030. Click the Output Settings tab. Click the Select button beside the Schema text box. Select B2B Gateway EDI 810-5030 from the list of available schemas and click OK. Link the source transformations SRC Header and SRC Details to the Hierarchy Builder transformation. Click the Field Mapping tab. Here we will map the relational fields to the hierarchy fields. To view maximum information on the screen, maximize the Properties section. On the Relational Field side, drill down the fields in SRC Header and SRC Details. In the SRC Header group, click the key icon under the key column for the field INVP key. In the Appeared Mark as Key window, keep the primary key selected and click OK. In the SRC Details group, click the key icon under the key column for the field INVF key. In the Appeared Mark as Key window, select the foreign key. It relates to the SRC Header group using this foreign key. Click OK. On the Hierarchies field side, drill down to Interchanges, Interchange, Empty Name, select one TS810. From the TS810 level, drill down to ST. Map TS ID code ST R01 to R01 and TS control number ST SE R02 to R02. On the hierarchy field side, drill down to BIG. Map date BIG R01 to R01 invoice number BIG R02 to R02, date BIG R03 to R03, PO number BIG R04 to R04, TRX code BIG R07 to R07, and TRX purpose BIG R08 to R08. On the hierarchy field side, drill down to SE. Map included segment count SE R01 to SE R01, and TS control number ST SE R02 to SE R02. On the hierarchy field side, drill down to TDS and map monetary value TDS R01 to TDS R01. Now map the SRC detail group fields. On the hierarchy field side, drill down to AMT. Map assign identification AMT R01 to R01 and quantity AMT R02 to R02. To avoid any loss of configuration, it is a good idea to save and continue your work at regular intervals. Now we will add the target to the mapping. Drag and drop the target transformation onto the canvas. In the Target Properties pane, on the General tab, enter the name as TGT-GW Target. Link the Hierarchy Builder transformation to the Target Transformation TGT-GW Target. Click the Target tab. From the Connection drop-down, select the B2B EDI Gateway connection. Keep the target type as single object. To select the target object, click the Select button. Select GW Target from the list of available objects and click OK. To make the mapping reusable for various partners in Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway, we must parameterize the target connection. To create a new connection parameter, click the New Parameter button beside the Connection text box. In the New Input Parameter window, name the parameter as PTGT and click OK. Click the Field Mapping tab. Map the incoming field Output to the target field Data. Click the validation icon to check for the validity of the mapping. Click Refresh. There are no errors in the mapping. Let us save and close the mapping. Now we will configure the Outbound page for the partner in Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway. Log in to the Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway. Click the Partners tab. On the Partners page, select the customer that we have created in the earlier demonstration. Click the Customer Superstore. Go to the Outbound page. From the Connection Type drop-down, select Local Folder MFT. In the Target Directory field, provide the path to the directory on the connection, where the gateway puts the files from the backend system, which in our case is C:\TRG directory. In the File Pattern field, specify the file name pattern of the files that the gateway should write to the target directory, which in our case is $timestamp.edi. To test the connection to the target directory, click the Test Connection button. And the test for this connection was successful. Select the mapping Outbound from the Process from Backend dropdown. You can edit the message details such as Data Element Separator, Repetition Separator, Component Element Separator, and Segment Terminator from the Message Details section. You can choose to run the outbound flow on schedule as well. For the purpose of demo, let us keep it set to manually or by an external trigger. To save the configuration, click the Save button. To run the outbound flow for a partner manually, click the Partners tab. Select the partner Customer Superstore, and from the Action menu drop-down, select the option Run Outbound Flow. When you trigger an outbound flow for a partner in Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway, it runs a temporary mapping configuration task in the associated ICS org. The activity monitor will have an MCT, mapping name, followed by event ID, running for the outbound flow. This mapping configuration task takes the interface XML from the backend system. If the task is successful, it will trigger another temporary mapping configuration task, partner name, followed by event ID. This task validates and parses the interface XML into EDI format. To view the status of this event in Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway, click the Events tab. The status of the event is shown as Processing. After the task gets completed successfully, the status changes to Complete. You can drill down to view the additional information about the event. With this, we successfully configured a partner and ran an outbound flow in Informatica Cloud B2B Gateway. This concludes the demo. In this lab, you'll perform the following: create a custom outbound mapping and configure the outbound flow for a partner. This module shows you how outbound message can be invoice, such as EDI 810. To send an outbound message, you must configure the outbound flow. And mappings and configuration for an outbound setup differs according to the file type.